your Minnesota Vikings need to get back to we have the meats up front, as well as stopping the run, getting some interior pass rush, all that stuff. And the Vikings, they did lose Diesel Dalvin Thompson this free agency because he signed with the Browns for $5 bajillion, and then Zadarius Smith, the edge rusher, joined him. But the Vikings did sign Dean Lowry. They did bring back Jonathan Bullard and Kyrus Tonga, and Jaquelin Roy is going to be a monster up front. But what if I told you there was a premier defensive interior player, possibly top 3, that is available potentially, and could add another chapter to the dumbest rivalry in sports history? That's right, the Vikings and the Jets. Quinnen Williams have been agitating for a new contract, looking to either get paid or make his way out the door, and I think the Vikings need to trade for Quinnen Williams. And Quinnen, on his social medias, pointed out by Dov Kleeman, who apparently is not a robot, found that out. But Quinnen Williams, his Twitter bio, again, this is what journalism is now, man. But he used to say defensive tackle for the New York Jets. Now it says defensive tackle for ... And his recent last retweet was about Dexter Lawrence, fellow defensive interior, although Lawrence is a nose tackle, getting paid by the New York Football Giants in that same city and stadium. All that stuff, man. But Quinnen Williams, I love Quinnen Williams. I think that he is hilarious. He's the guy at the draft who sneezed and said, "Bless you, thank you," that thing. But he is 25 years young, 6'3", 303, former number 3 overall pick in 2019 out of Bama. He was a one-man wrecking crew. I mean, what he did to Drew Samia in Oklahoma and Kyler Murray in the college football playoff was gross, man. But he is the man. He is a monster. Developed into one of the best defensive lineman disruptors in the league. Last year, 52 pressures, 12 sacks, and first-team All-Pro. 90.1 PFF grade in the NFL, behind only Chris Jones, Dexter Lawrence, and Aaron Donald. Perhaps you've heard of them. And as well as he does play a combination of 3-tech, 4-tech, 5-tech, versatile along the defensive lines, can play nose tackle in passing situations, is currently on his 5th-year option that the Jets picked up, which is very magnanimous of them. But of course, he's looking to get paid and agitating, starting to look to either greener pastures or try and get paid from the Jets. But of course, the Jets have taken on a number of contracts. I don't know if you heard. Kind of crazy, man. But his market value via Spot Rack is estimated at $26.6 million, which would put him number 2 overall in terms of defensive interiors. Of course, Aaron Donald, you should almost just throw Aaron Donald's contract out, because it's such a crazy outlier. It's whatever. It's almost like McCaffrey's deal. But Aaron Donald is the number 1 in terms of average per season, but that 26 would slot him ahead of guys who got paid, just recently got paid, like Jeffrey Simmons, like Daron Payne, like Dexter Lawrence as well. And I think that he certainly does deserve to be in that strata, because Quinnen Williams is young. He is extremely disruptive, and he's good against the run. He's great rushing the passer, solid in the locker room as well. So I think that's something that the Vikings should consider. And also, notably, so details on how much the Vikings are picking up as Zadarius' contract 2023 are TBD. But if the Vikings cut Dalvin Cook post June 1st, which is likely to happen, they would free up to $22.2 million in cap space this year, $57.4 next year, and yes, extending Jefferson, yes, extending Hawkinson, yes, potentially extending Darisaw, as well as, hey, if you trade for Quinnen Williams, you are giving up draft capital that can be used to get your quarterback in the future. Don't care. Do not care in the slightest, even though, yes, I truly believe that the Vikings need to go after the quarterback of the future, but Quinnen Williams is elite at what he does right now. It is at a position of need, even though the Vikings could get by with this defensive line again. But adding Quinnen Williams to this front 7 absolutely ignites this defense. And yes, you do have to take care of Danielle Hunter as well. What happens with Davenport long term, but also do not care. Do not care. You have an elite player at a premium position, a guy that can come in, terrorize opposing quarterbacks, stop the run, and just completely move along the defensive line and just be a terror. Gotta consider it, man. But your thoughts are our thoughts. Vikings should trade for Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Make it happen. That's right. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.